it's Lee from coloringqueen.net, and today I've got a Czech colouring book for you. And as you can see, the title's in Czech, but there's also writing in English here. So it says, "Don't worry, be happy, happy," again over here. Now, this book is spiral bound, as you can see over there, and it's A4 sized. The English translation for that title is Drop of Happiness. And what it basically means is it's the little moments of happiness that we have in our life. So I think we're all familiar about the happiness of having a coffee or just enjoying those everyday little moments that we experience. So we've got these gorgeous illustrations. Now this one's particularly good for colorists with a minor visual impairment because there's a lot of thick outlines on here which are super easy to see, but there's also a lot of large open spaces for colorists that have issues with motor impairment or visual impairment. So we've got our happiness of just sitting down, reading and looking at our colouring book collection in the background with our puppy dog on the side. Now these are printed on single-sided, as you can see, A4 paper, and the paper is about 200 grams, so it's a good quality medium paper, and it's quite smooth, that paper. Now because it's spiral bound, you can remove the pages from the book. Now this is my favourite moment of the day, I have to be honest, is when I have my morning coffee. And instead of usually looking at the book, I usually have my morning coffee when I answer my YouTube comments and replies, etc. Sometimes they're so funny I spit my coffee up. And then we've got our gorgeous little kitty cat here. And I'd love to have this view where you can look outside and see hot air balloons and see all the texture that the artist adds here, so you know where to do your darker shading. This is also particularly useful if you are new to colouring, like me. Now there are of course some images with smaller detail, so if you are visual impaired, you just colour wash over that and just do a few of them. We've got our moment of happiness here of cuddling our child. And that beautiful feather that's dropped from the bird. And of course the cover art picture of the joy of just singing in the rain, or just even experiencing the whole jumping on puddles like you're a kid again. And of course there's sometimes a moment of peacefulness. Isn't this image gorgeous, how her dress basically turns into all of these butterflies? It's very, very pretty. Now, this book you can buy from the artist's website. You can also buy it within Czech if you're in that area, but you can also get this as a PDF download. Look at all her pencils. I think she's going to colour something in. This one is just beautiful. So if you didn't want to buy the physical copy, you can also buy it as a PDF, and then that means that you save on the shipping fees, plus you can download it to your computer, print it out on whatever paper you fancy, and of course print out the pictures, a couple of times if you want to colour them different ways. Look at our kitty cat. He's walking on the roof there, it's so cute. So we've got various degrees of complexity in the images, lots of lines to follow. Some have more shading and texture than others, and some have more smaller details than others, so big variety there. This is kind of what goes on in my mind half the time, all of this dreaming of other places and other things. And we're shooting for the stars here. So there we are, we're at the end of this gorgeous book. It's called Drops of Happiness, or Drop of Happiness. It's available in a spiral bound version or a PDF download. So until next time, happy colouring.